welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. So we are continuing on with my Degrassi revival series. So again, I will be doing the characters and the build in the same video as opposed to doing two different. That way I can try to make them a little shorter. And because technically I don't create the characters for you, and I just show you what they look like. So today we'll be doing the DeLuca family. And you'll be like, I don't remember that name from Degrassi. It is Jane and her husband. So I married Jane with someone. So let me introduce you to a little backstory on them. So we're starting with Salvatore DeLuca. So this is Jane's husband. And I chose the name Salvatore because he is Italian. And honestly, I love that name Salvatore because I like the nickname Sal. So I actually created this character when I was watching the series Hunter Street, and one of the kids in the show, his name is Sal, but his full name is Salvatore. And I was like, that is such a good name. And I thought Salvatore was a pretty good Italian name. So everyone calls him Salvatore. I've used this name in some of my other fan fictions, but they always go by the nickname Sal. But Jane is actually the first person who ever called him Sal. So he was born and raised in Italy, and then he moved to California. And so him and Jane lived together in an apartment, and now they currently live in a house in Stanford, California. So he's 28. He married Jane in 2012, and they have 4 children. Yeah, a lot of children. So he went to Stanford University, and he also went to Stanford University School of Medicine. So he is a surgical resident. And this takes place in 2016, so 16, 17, 18, so he'll be a third-year resident. Yeah, he's a third-year resident, just started his 3rd year of residency, and he is played by Giacomo Giannati, who actually played, before the character was killed off, Andrew DeLuca on Grey's Anatomy. I have a huge crush on him, and he's Italian, so I was like, he's perfect for this. I'm making him a doctor. Oh my god. So yeah, so this is Jane DeLuca, and I know all of my girls always change their names. I know, but I feel like Jane definitely would change her last name because her last name wasn't even her name, which I don't actually know how she came up with the name Vaughn, because we know Jane is her middle name, but she was actually born Anastasia Jane Valerie, but then changed it to Jane Vaughn, and now she's Jane DeLuca. And I feel like her dad called her Janie, and she probably hated if anyone else called her Janie, but I feel like Sal calling her Janie is really sweet. So yeah, so they live together. She's 28 as well. And she, as we all know, she went to Stanford, which Katie also went to Stanford. Interesting. I don't think they would have been at this school at the same year, because I think she would have graduated by then, or she would have been a senior, but that's interesting. And then she went to Stanford Law School. So she is a medical malpractice attorney. I feel like that's kind of perfect because she's married to a doctor. So I feel like she decided to do that so that she is kind of like on the same career as her husband. So interesting, right? So they have 4 kids. Their oldest are twins. So Evangeline, that's her name, Evangeline. I love that name, but everyone just calls her Evie. And she and her sister were born in 2013, so they are 5 years old. And her twin sister's name is Courtney, and I made them identical twins. So they are identical. And then there's Frederick DeLuca, or Freddie. Everyone just calls him Freddie. And he is 3. And then the youngest is Addison DeLuca, or Addie, which I know it's spelled weird, but I wanted Addie to be spelled A-D-Y. And I know technically you spell Addison, you could spell it A-D-I-S-Y-N, but I wanted the I and the Y to be switched to make it unique. So it's like a normal name, but it's a unique name. I love names that like are normal names, like regular names like Addison, but that are spelled uniquely. Or like Haley, Everly, how they can be spelled different ways. But I don't like names that are like super weird. I mean, I have a couple of characters in this that probably are weird names. I mean, one of my Sims used to be named Apple, but I changed it. I mean, one of my characters. And some of the names are weird, but they're not like naming your child Apple. So that's that. And she's a year old. So she's the youngest. So Freddie is the only son. Okay, so next, so this is just kind of a breakdown of everyone. So we have Salvatore DeLuca, who is 28. He is portrayed by Giacomo Gianti. He's a surgical resident, Jane DeLuca's husband, Evie, Courtney, Freddie, and Addie DeLuca's father. And Jane DeLuca is 28, portrayed by Paula Brancati. Class of 2008, a medical malpractice attorney. Salvatore DeLuca's wife, Evie, Courtney, Freddie, Addie DeLuca, and Addie DeLuca's mother. And then we have Evangeline, Evie DeLuca, and Courtney DeLuca, who are 5. Frederick, Freddie DeLuca, who's 3, and Addison, Addie DeLuca, who is a year old. So Jane Vaughn met and married Salvatore DeLuca. Jane graduated from Stanford University and Stanford Law School. She went on to become a medical malpractice attorney. Salvatore is also a graduate of Stanford University. He went to Stanford University School of Medicine. Salvatore is currently a surgical resident. Salvatore was born and raised in Rome, Italy. They currently live in Stanford, California. They had 4 children together: Evangeline, Courtney, Frederick, and Addison DeLuca. Evie and Courtney are 5-year-old twins. Freddie is 3 years old, and Addie is 1 year old. Sorry. So this is the DeLucas, which that does not look centered, but I guess it is. Okay, so these are the DeLucas. So we have Salvatore DeLuca. I have a huge crush on him. He's super cute. Jane DeLuca. So she does look very different, and because she had already had a big change since when we saw her as a teenager, and you saw me create her. And I think what I'll do, since I'm not actually showing you recreating them, because before I would show you guys me updating their look so you would see what they looked like when they were a teen, but I think I'll just show you in the gallery what she looked like as a teen, so you can see kind of her personality change. And she had one of the biggest developments. Ellie Nash is another one, and Ashley Curran is another one who had a lot of looks. Maya had a lot, and so did Claire. But I feel like Jane, Ellie, and Ashley had the biggest changes on the show. So they're like the Ellie, when we met her, she was gothic. So when I got to update her as an adult, it was so fun. Because it was such a big change. Ashley, she had a very similar style about her. The only thing I had to do was modernize it, because that was from the 2000. That was from 2000, and she was a lot more girly. Now, she had her gothic phase was after she was introduced. But then Jane was introduced as a tomboy, so I got to update her, and hers was super fun to update. So then we have Evie and Courtney, and these are actual twins. Sometimes I'll take photos and I'll just reverse it so it kind of looks, but they're actual twins. I just cut them, that's why it looks so weird, so that I could put them both under the name. Then we have Freddie and Addie. And just to give a little more better, this is Salvatore and Jane. So this is Salvatore DeLuca, and if you are looking at the bottom of the screen, yes, there's a whole bunch going on. I have heights in my game. And especially for kids, I use them just so that all my toddlers look different, because the toddlers in my game go from age 2 to 5, 6. They go from 2-year-olds to kindergarten age. And then when you're in first grade, I age you up to a child, and so I want all of my toddlers to look different. So I do have heights. I also give the adults heights, so I can actually tell you. I write it down. So Salvatore is 5'11", so he is the tall height, which is the average height for men. So that's him. So he has the big happy family aspiration. He is domestic. He's family oriented, romantic, and ambitious. And he does have the height. But when you guys download the family, I make sure I upload the family to the gallery without any heights or likes and dislikes. I give them later. Because I usually only give 1 likes or dislikes. And that is the romantic preference. Now the only thing, what I might do for the next family, I don't know, I might not, I haven't decided, is I might show you the family that I have on the gallery instead of going into the game file and showing it you there. I'll just do it from the gallery. But but his he likes the feminine, the female gender. So this is Sal. I could show you all of his outfits. Hopefully we don't have any weird things going on, because with the height sliders, they sometimes mess with things. So I also make sure that their first formal wear is their wedding outfit. So that is his wedding outfit, and then this is his formal. We have athletic, sleepwear, party. I feel like the equation would be very medicine. Swimwear, hot weather, and cold weather. Also, when you download them, they should all have skills, a degree, and a career. I'm not actually sure how it all works when you download it, but I did give them skills and careers and degrees. So, we'll see. Okay, so that is Salvatore DeLuca. So then we move on to Jane DeLuca, who was having a little bit of a glitching at the beginning, but I think switching between them fixed it. So Jane is 5'3", which actually makes her the short height. And I gave her these heels because you might be thinking, oh, Jane didn't have heels. Oh, she also lost this. Well, if you remember watching the, Degrassi Takes Manhattan, she was wearing heels because she went from being very, tomboyish to, very, girly, but with a tomboy personality. So Jane has the big happy family aspiration, just like Sal. I gave them those aspirations because of how she was brought up with what happened with her dad. I'm not going to say it so my video isn't demonetized, but if you know, you know. If you don't, look up the episode Jane Says Part 1 and Part 2 of Degrassi. That whole episode talks about her father. But she is self-assured, active, and she's a bro. And she likes the male gender. So I'll show you her outfits. And then I will show you what she looked like as a teen. I won't be able to show you all the outfits she had as a teen, but I can show you her first outfit because then you can just see her face. But I did change her whole first outfit because she did have a big style change. So this is her wedding dress. And this is her formal. We have active, sleepwear, probably want a style shirt, party, which I am obsessed with that dress, so I tend to use it a lot. Swimwear, I kept this the swimsuit the same. Hot weather, I gave her these heels, which I'm again obsessed with those heels. And cold weather, and it was super hard to do her hair because the actress has like ombre hair, but it's hard to do that. So, but I feel like this outfit is very simple and not too extraordinary. You guys can see I've started working on some of the characters from the next season, which the first family is the Dallas family, and it is going to be super hard to do them because I'm going to have to do the same thing I did with the Stone family, which I will explain once I find Jane. Here she is. Okay, so this is Jane. You can't see her shoes, but I believe she's wearing just like Converse. So this is her. She had the dreads, so I gave her the dreads. And she was very tomboyish. I gave her the cargo pants, and you can see her personality. I did keep, yeah, I kept her nose ring, and I kept her piercings, but I changed them to something a little more simplistic. But they're still there. But her nose ring's iconic. Anyway, with the Stone family, I had to figure out how to make Isabella, Peter's stepdaughter. And I figured that I would have to, so what I eventually did is when I was creating all the families, I put Mia in her own family, and I created her mother, and I kept her as a teenager. Stay with me. And I created her mother, so her mother is in the game. I don't know if I gave her all the outfits. I think when I first created her, I just gave her the first outfit, but then I think I went back and gave her all the other outfits. And then I created Lucas, and I put him in the same family. And then in another family on my gallery, I created Peter, and I actually aged him up to a young adult, and I kept him in the gallery. And then I went and I played with Isabella's with Mia, and I made her and Lucas date, and then I made them have sex, and because they were teen parents, and I made sure that both of them had it that said does not want kids because they were teenagers, and so both couldn't believe they were pregnant. And for Lucas, I never wanted him to finally accept the baby, so I ended up removing him from the house, delivering Isabella, and then moving the family. But for Mia, while she was still pregnant, I did a whole bunch of tasks that eventually she could accept the fact that she was having a baby, and she kept the baby. Because I have Woohoo Wellness. I have the Woohoo Wellness mod. But I have to do the same thing with Dallas, because Dallas was a teen dad with his high school girlfriend Vanessa. So I have to create them in a family as teenagers and have them have a child. And then Allie comes into the picture. It's a lot of work. Okay. So moving on, we'll do Evie first. She is the older twin. So they're 5 years old, so they are currently on stage 8 of my height sliders for toddlers. But she and her sister are completely identical. You can see they're just identical. Like, they're wearing the same outfit, which I think is super cute. So this is her formal. Sleepwear. Party. Oh, I love that. Swimwear. Hot weather. And cold weather. Now, I tried to make their hair brown, but it's looking a little red, but that is fine. Oh, and she had the chatty trait. And Courtney is wild. Did I spell Courtney right? I did. Okay. For some reason it looked weird. So she's wearing the exact same outfit. Formal, sleepwear, party, swimwear, hot weather, and cold weather, identical outfits. So then we got Freddie. And he is a charmer, so this is his everyday formal sleepwear, party, swimwear, hot weather, and cold weather. And I wanted his shirt to kind of, I tried to get him a shirt, because I have these shirts that say things on, that said, only boy or something, but his shirt says, little boy rules, explore, discover new things, go on adventures, build, dig, splash, which I think is very good for him because he is the only boy. And especially because one of the storylines for their family is that Salvatore DeLuca does die. And Jane moves back home with her mom. And then she ends up marrying Spinner, who is currently married to Emma right now, but they divorce, and Emma marries Sean. And yeah. So I'm really looking forward to doing that storyline. Another thing is that I did make Jane and Lucas siblings, so Lucas is still in the world. Also, the character Jack Nash, who is Vanessa and Victor's biological father, keeps on getting married to random people. I don't know why. I had him in my household. Well, originally I moved him into other households, but then he kept on, getting married. So then I moved him into my households, but I made him unplayed. So he got married again, and I thought he had a child, but it was just his wife's baby. And so right now he's currently a played household, and if any of my other unplayed households just randomly get married or have kids, I'm going to have to delete those. I'm going to make them played as well. And it's because I have MCC, so everyone just does what they want. But yeah, so I did make Jane and Lucas siblings. And so Isabella is classed as the 4 kids' cousin. And then this is Addie. I know she looked like a black baby, but that's just because I have MCC. I don't think she'll actually look like that if you don't have MCC. You download this family. But that is them. So next, I will show you their house. Okay, so this is the DeLuca house. I can kind of show you the picture that I used in the episode. So it's supposed, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that, but it's supposed to look like that. It's only one story in the picture. But I wanted to make it a 2-story because I feel like, well, they have a lot of kids, so, you know. And they they live at 9240 Delso Valley. So yeah, they have a huge backyard, and I love their house. Like, I am, like, in love with their house. I think it's so pretty. So let's start by looking inside. So they don't have a basement. So you first walk in, and they got a little entrance hall, which you can put your umbrellas down here. And you just walk in. They got their little table, their thermostat. They have their stairs upstairs. But they have a lot going on down here. So they have a little bathroom, a little guest bath. And then if we go into here, so this is the guest room. So they do have a guest room. And it's kind of like a mini apartment because it's got a little lounge area. And I think this is super cute. It's got its own bathroom. Because the downstairs bathroom doesn't have a shower, so they got their own bathroom. And they have a little closet, which I've used these new. Ooh, well, that's not good. Oh my god, fix that. These new shelving units from the new pack. So if we move our way on the other side, this is the garage. I know cars don't actually exist in the game, but it was in the picture I have. So this is the garage, but it's also their laundry room. So they got all their laundry stuff, their box, and they have 2 cars. So yeah, I was gonna shrink that, but I kind of made a makeshift garage. It's kind of cute. So then you come in here, and this I love because instead of using one of those arches that, like, it's not that big, I'd have to use 2 or 3. What I did is I deleted these 2 walls here, and I just had a wall here. And then I put this fancy little spandrel. Is that what it's called? Spandrel. So it replaced the wall, and then I just added these walls back. But this is their living room. It's a little interesting, but it's cute. Just because I moved the other one closer, I'm gonna move that one closer so it's symmetrical. I don't know how I never noticed. Like, that is, oh, it doesn't even, it's like, but they've got this cute little book area. They have 2 back doors, a TV, some sectionals, but over here, which can also be accessed from the garage. So when you come home, when you come in home in the garage, you can either come into the front foyer, or you can go to the kitchen. And they do have 4 high chairs because they do have 4 children right now. And they have a little kitchen, which I'm in love with this set. This is called the Delicious Kitchen by Little Dicka and Degrassi, and it's the cutest set. I love this island. I'm like obsessed. And this fridge is cool because you can actually put things here. I don't actually know what goes there, but you can put things. I put plants on top, and it's super cute. So I'll show you the outback. I'll show you the backyard last. But we go up the stairs. So the stairs are here, and it's a giant foyer. That's why I don't build houses, because I suck at spatial awareness. But you got a little office, sort of a little office here. Some more potties. well, all the potties. And then you come over here into the first room. So this is the twins' room. So this is Evie and Courtney's. And they have one of the bigger rooms because they are twins. And I tried to make it very homey and very cluttered with toys, but they also have their own bathroom. And they got the pink bath. And it's cute. I don't know why it's so dark though, but it's cute. So we leave it, and on the opposite side, we have Freddie's room, which his isn't as, but it's still cute, and I feel like this is kind of like a chalkboard wall that he can, you know, color on. He has a closet, which I don't think his sisters have. And he has a bathroom, which is identical to Addison's. Addison actually might have the biggest room. Again, I suck at it. And right now, she's a baby. But I mean, they're a lawyer and a doctor, so they probably have a lot of money. And, you know, you might be saying, but medical school is expensive. Well, Sal might come from money. But she has a changing table and everything. And she has her own bathroom, too, for when she ages up. So next, right in here is the parents' room. Which, looking at it, it's so tiny in comparison. But I made it tiny for a reason, because technically this is all the parents' room. And I wanted the parents to have a walk-in closet. They go straight into the bathroom. Now what I could have done is I could have expanded this and made it go to about here, which I could have done, and maybe they will, who knows. But yeah, so this is their closet. I really just wanted to use those new items. And then we just got their bathroom. It uses the new sinks. And this is their bedroom. This is one of the new beds, I think. No, this is from Snowy Escape. They got all their things, which apparently you get these for graduating school. I don't know why. So they have all of their ultrasounds on the wall. It's a girl, Addison, it's a boy, Frederick, and then it's twins, and then they have all of the Addison DeLuca, Frederick DeLuca, Evangeline DeLuca, and Courtney DeLuca, and then you have their diplomas. This is a very educated family. And they also have the computer, and then they have another office there. And then the roof, which I'm impressed with myself. I suck at making roofs, but that's a pretty good roof. So next, we move on to the backyard. So you get out to the backyard here. In a house like this, it doesn't have any balconies, so it's a little weird, but they have planter boxes, they got some fairy lights. Over here you have a swing set, your trash can, sprinkler, and then they have all of the towels for them and the kids. They have loungers, a huge pool with a whole bunch of floaties, a couple of kiddie pools, a fountain, monkey bar, slide, toddler slide, water slide, some eating places. They have a whole outdoor cooking area. And they have a little more sitting area, which has these cute little planters, more fairy lights, and another area to sit, and then a hot tub. And that is the house. So there's that. And I don't think it has any traits. No, it does not. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. I post Monday through Friday, and I also post every single day over on TikTok. Go follow me there. It's my name is my first dot my last name and then 9816. And I post loads of content. I am working on posting my next part to my television journal, so stay tuned. I should have that out today, which is the 5th of July, and you will see this the 6th of July, this video. So anyway, I will see you all next time. Bye!